we got amazing news for Season of Discovery coming today. I tried for 10 minutes poking holes at it, trying to spin it into a negative because that's how you get views. It didn't work, guys. I just couldn't find a negative from this at all. The only negative, I guess, is that it didn't happen soon enough, maybe. Like, I would have loved if it happened a week ago. Whatever, let's take a look at it. This is great. Season of Discovery is going to turn into 2 mega servers, one for PvE, one for PvP. They are going to be new servers, everybody is getting a free transfer to them, but the implementation is a little weird because the original servers are gonna remain available, they are gonna stay there, but you're not gonna be able to make new characters, so that's a little odd. It says to new players. So I would like to know, like, can you still make an alt if your account is already on the server? How's that gonna work? Now, if I were to guess the reason that they are doing it this way, the reason that they are making it so you have to manually transfer instead of merging them all outright, is because they want people to get to secure names, you know? Because if everybody got like 20 alt names on it, there's gonna be basically no names available for everybody, so... I think that's the reason they are doing it like this. My guess, take a look at this, is that after a while, let's say 2-3 months, they are going to merge them anyway at the end of everything. After they are done, after nobody plays on the old servers anymore, because that's the next logical conclusion you can get, they are probably going to shut down the old servers. But let's take a look at the statement. There is more than meets the eye here. This is fresh off the oven from the blue post in the forums. Garnet Hound, when Season of Discovery launched, we were excited to leverage some technology improvements that allowed us to achieve significantly higher realm populations than ever before. So they are trying to say that they started feeding the hamsters in the wheel so they will run faster, and that way the servers are going to run. Well, I guess that did not happen, but there's hope for this little fella right here. And we had a goal of seeing all of Season of Discovery players of each rule set playing on the same realm. To reach that goal, we are going to soon open free character transfers from all Season of Discovery realms to a single PvP realm and one single PvE realm in each region where applicable. These free transfers and all origin realms are gonna remain available for the rest of Season of Discovery. Okay, so they are committing to keeping them up. That's a little odd. I don't think that's worth their time, but whatever. But with the Origin realms close to new players. Most of the Origin realms currently still have healthy populations, and we recognize that moving characters can be disruptive to the player community, so this is not a decision we take lightly. Faction balance on the PvP realms is also a concern for many players, and we are pleased to note that daily active players across all PvP realms has been a near perfect 50-50 split. I don't know, man. Like, this is just a side note on the PvP thing. They claim and they swear and they say that the PvP is balanced in the factions. I play Horde. I guarantee you I have never been in a losing fight with the Alliance ever, like since Phase 2. I think Phase 2 is the soonest time. I think Phase 2 is the most recent time when I remember like being in a fight with the Alliance and losing. I think Phase 2 is the most recent time where I remember being on a fight with the Alliance and losing. Maybe early incursions, okay, maybe early Phase 3. That's where I would say it. Now, my theory, my guess on it is that I am lucky with the layers, and like by the sheer nature of how layers work, people tend to consolidate on each layer. I implore you for Classic Plus because I know you are pretty much giving up on SoD development at this point, and maybe you should. Maybe you should. If you're gonna put layering in the game and you're gonna be so fixated in getting a perfect 50-50 balance layering around it, okay? It doesn't do anybody any good if the faction population is 50-50 perfectly, but there is like on the odd layers is all Alliance and on the even layers is all Horde, and we never see each other or we destroy each other anyway. It doesn't work. I guess that's enough of a rant today in that department. Please fix layering if you're gonna keep doing this thing. This consolidation should not impact faction balance. I see that very unlikely, but okay, I'll believe it, I'll take it. Ultimately, we believe and we have seen from player movement that people want to be with as many others as possible. Absolutely, that's the most self-aware comment I have seen before. This is huge. I was talking to Hammerdance a couple episodes ago on the podcast. Remember when we did that podcast with him when Phase 4 came out? He was in Lone Wolf. He was playing Alliance in Lone Wolf, and essentially his entire server died in front of his eyes. It was like one of the biggest servers and it turned into a wasteland. It got so bad for him, he had to re-roll. So now a month after he re-rolled and had to start over, it turns out that he can have all his characters again. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be thrilled about it, but at the same time he's gonna be a little upset, I bet, because like he had to do all this work for nothing, I guess. But there is a lot of people in those servers that do not have people to play with anymore, and I know some people get off on the idea of being in a low population server. The deviant, the light people, they got like a kink about it. I don't know what's like. But for most people, and for very obvious reasons, the most population you can have on a server, the better. The more people in the server, the easier it is to make groups. It's as simple as that, okay? I bet you, and I am sure that Blizzard has some sort of these metrics already, that the longer it takes you to form a group for a raid, the least satisfied people are with the raids. And ever since the late Phase 3 and the start of Phase 4, I guess, is starting to take its toll too, especially for the things that people do not need much of, like world bosses. It's become more and more of a problem to get groups to do that. So this is a net positive for the game. I think the more the merrier. It's as simple as that. Now, I do not believe them when they say that this is because of server improvements. Because if the server could hold it from the start, they would have done it from the start, okay? The reason they are doing it now is because the population tanked to hell. Thanks for Sunken Temple. Thank you, Sunken Temple, for ruining the game. And now there is so few people that they can actually handle it. Actually, let's do a little quick 1-2 punch update here. Let's take a look at Iron Force Pro. Okay, you can take a look at this right here. As you can see, of course, the bump here where like the thing, the roller coaster goes and crashes and kaboom. This is Phase 3, obviously. Phase 3 killed the freaking game. But if you take a look at Phase 4 right here, it is still slowly growing over time, okay? We are still slowly, very, very slowly recovering from the damage that Phase 3 did to the game. So currently we got, let's see, almost 197. I don't even know. Like we got like 90k, let's say 90k raiders in SoD right now. Of course, there are ults. Although I gotta say that making ults in Phase 4 is much more work than in Phase 3 or Phase 2 or Phase 1 especially. So these numbers are always gonna be a little skewed. There is going to be less people, like the same amount of people are going to raid on less characters on average on Phase 4 than Phase 3 and 1 and 2. So even if the numbers are a little smaller, I think this is a good sign of health for the phase. And honestly, once again, like Hammer had to reroll. I play on the Mega server because I knew this stuff would happen, okay? Always play on the Mega server. I know people hate seeing the streamers, and I feel you on that. It's no fun getting sniped and ganked and whatever, but like you always gotta play on the Mega server because otherwise this happens, guys. But Hammer was on a dead server and he had to reroll. And how many people on his guild? Like, I would love to pull him up actually. I will not pull him up now because he's playing retail. The War Within came out, he's kind of busy. But I would love to pull him up and like ask him like out of his guild, how many people quit the game? Because not everybody's gonna be willing to reroll to escape a dead server. So I think this change could pull a lot of people back. A lot of broken guilds can finally be reborn from this change. And I think that's the biggest positive of it all. There is nothing that sucks more than being stuck on a dead server. So yeah, good W Blizzard, and please do not abandon SoD yet. I think this is a little bit of an admission of defeat. Do not give up, okay? Believe in yourself more, Blizzard. Do not let us hang in here. Give us Phase 5 really quick. Don't let Phase 3 happen all over again, please. Subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.